Even grab my drink yet.
I'm
Fuck.
recording too.
Better hurry up, bro.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
You
go
can
ahead.
leave.
Go
We
ahead.
can hold
You
it
got
down while you're gone.
You got
Go
time.
get a libation, man.
Yeah.
Nah, look,
It's a black people holiday anyway, man. Like
Look,
we gonna all be tuned in, watching the crackers splash each other all weekend, man.
right. We gotta keep it a buck. I'm just gonna go with the straight and the chaser.
Hey.
We good.
You need no chase with Buffalo. You don't need no chase with Buffalo Trace.
No. I ain't ate since this morning. I need chase.
Me neither. It's gonna be a
it's-
great pod.
It's gonna be a different podcast. So I got the. Hey man, somebody gotta handle that, man. All right. I got the thing here. I just didn't post it in the group, so I'm just read off
Get the thing.
the thingy.
We live? We live on Facebook already?
We live. So let's check.
Oh,
Let's double check here. All right. Well, I'm gonna intro real quick, but we gotta do some double checking here because the Liner Notes Live officially, episode number 9, Juvenile 400 Degreez. This is the Liner Notes crew. You dig? Or I'm sorry, whoa day, because it's that Juvenile episode. I'm your host A-Quil, joined by my colleagues. We got Survival in the building. We got Joel in the building. We got Alibi in the building. Gentlemen, what's going on? I got some questions for y'all later, but what's going on right now? You guys join us. We give people a second to come on in and get settled. If you got a drink, get some food, whatever you got to do, come on in with us.
Get some jambalaya, get some gumbo.
Cool, all that good stuff.
Get your hurricanes,
slurricanes, all that.
What's the
your Sazerac if you're bougie.
Dessert? I didn't have
King cake.
Not a beignets, man.
Beignets. Yeah.
Beignets.
Banana pudding.
Yeah.
Yep,
King cake.
yep.
I remember that too. Yeah.
What's the shit they make too? Bananas Foster.
Bananas Foster, huh? Okay.
We got a Foster that's going to be going bananas on us tonight, but
you want to talk to one person.
Hey, man,
and that person's nickname is Jules.
I'm still trying to understand how Jewel caught all the smoke.
I don't know, man. I love it.
What did he say that P ain't like?
that this is going to be the lowest score of all time, which is not true, but I mean it came out his mouth, so
it's not. Hey, we live.
We are. So we are officially live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter. We live on YouTube. I got one more to check. Let's get it. Are we live on Twitch? We coming up in the world. Y'all notice every episode we come up a little bit,
Man, we out here building.
That's what it takes.
And next week is the 10th episode, so we got to celebrate 10 episodes. I mean, I know that's a small number to some people, but having a podcast for 10 episodes, that's an accomplishment, man.
Yeah, I'm with it. What we drinking?
What you want to drink for the 10?
I don't know. Maybe we can get Diddy to send us something. Diddy, lift us up a bottle and send it to us.
We are live on Twitch. Word. Cool. So
we're drinking on tears tonight. We're drinking on America's tears.
Ooh, so many tears.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
My wife's making me a drink right now, so it's gonna be delicious.
All right, and if this goes how I think, let's double check. I should be able to see, if we really get it popping, I should be able to see everybody's comments on all platforms in one spot. So I'm gonna run a test, and then tell me if y'all can see this. Oh, so it went through on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It never goes through on Facebook. Facebook trash for that, man.
All right.
Yo, what up, Zuck?
Cool.
What the Zuck?
So somebody's got to monitor Facebook exclusively for the comments, and I can monitor the rest. You dig?
I can hold down Facebook.
For sure.
I think.
You got it, bro.
I'll be on Twitter.
You'll be on Twitter? Word. So I got the rest. Gentlemen, how y'all feeling, man? How was your week so far? I'm gonna start with me. I asked y'all, but I'm just gonna start with me. You like how I did that?
That was rhetorical.
Exactly. As we're waiting for more people to join us, you dig? We got a few spots. Oh, we got a totality of 10 people watching. So I don't know where y'all watching from. We got a couple. We got one on Twitch, couple on Facebook, couple on Twitter. Okay. Hey, I didn't get my beads. You
didn't get your beads?
I blew it, bro. I blew it. Alibi got the beads you repping. I got my joint from the escape room. You know what I'm saying? So
gang.
It's got New Orleans right here. I'll do the beads next week, even though it don't apply. It's all good. But New Orleans, I love y'all, but had to do it. So we had that championship on Monday. So I mean, y'all was mad at me when I was at yeah, buddy, roll tide. Roll tide.
Look on fucking stop.
Everybody get your Rolo. Everybody get your Rolo.
That was rude. That was rude.
I turned that off at halftime. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That brother was so disrespectful to the secondary, man.
I'm not tuning in until they pay the guys. Pay the guys, man.
Yeah, I'm with definitely pay the guys.
I'm with you, but 7 championships. I ain't talking about just saving. I'm talking about the 6 we got, and then the 1 from when I was a kid. That's why I rock with them. Alabama's my second home. Y'all know this. So survival. I understand the hate, man. Because when it comes to NFL, I mean, my Vikings are my Vikings, man. They are just always snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. But I still love them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I understand how much people hate the Patriots by being an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. So I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
It's a lot of Patriot hating this weekend, man.
Oh no,
definitely.
Them Patriots can definitely.
A little different, but
Joe, how you feeling, man?
I think it's different too. I don't think Alabama's equals the Patriots. I think Saban's killing now, but I don't think Alabama's that yet.
They're not.
I don't. As far as hate, I think the SEC is the Patriots.
True. That's true.
Everyone fucking hates the SEC.
They're in every championship.
Literally, they run.
Yeah. Dude, they were for like the last, I think, 12 years, 11 of the champions were from the SEC. So Alabama was 6 of those. 5, I think it was 2 LSU, 1 was Clemson. I'm missing somebody. And then
Clemson's
Ohio.
In the ACC, though.
Oh, so then 10 then. 10. That's right. So then Clemson, outside of Clemson and Ohio State. It was Auburn. Auburn
was 2010.
Yep. Joe, them Steelers, man. I just want to ask, you okay?
Oh, we're good, man. In my lifetime, I've seen the Steelers win 2 Super Bowls, so I have nothing to really complain about. That's over.
Patriots fans know. Yours isn't?
No. Ben's over.
Oh, straight to the head.
Ben's over. Hopefully, if Ben gets out of here this year,
we celebrating, baby.
I'm in a good spot. So, I'm cool with the Steelers. We had to lose. We weren't going to win the Super Bowl, so losing gets people fired. That's why.
Look at that fancy cup.
So.
Shout out to I know what
for your wife. Shout out to your wife for providing a phenomenal looking drink.
Yeah, this is a gin drink, has some mint in it. But yeah, I got these glasses for Zoe's birthday from a black-owned glassware maker and distributor called Estelle's.
Nice.
It's out of South Carolina.
Shout out to SC.
Do they make all kinds of glass?
Yeah, we just bought some rocks glasses. They should be here tomorrow.
Do they make black mirrors? Like that?
Honestly, so it's called Estelle's Colors. So they got a whole bunch of colors.
Do they make bowls?
You know what I mean? For everything they do. You can look them up.
Shout out to Estelle's, wherever you are.
Okay, we rock with it. So Survival, you had a pretty good week then. It seems like, yeah. Joel, how about yourself? You said you guys are on lockdown now?
You in the belly of the beast, bro. You in the belly.
Yeah, we're almost locked down. So DC is we're at pre-cracker tactics. And for those of you who may or may not be for those of you who may or may not be watching,
no, it's at post.
They're pre-gaming right now. They're pre-gaming.
For those of you who aren't sure of what I mean by that is, white people are gonna blow some shit up, bro. Like, it's just what y'all do. It is gonna hit. I just don't know when. This is waiting. So I went grocery shopping. So I got plenty of beer.
Okay.
You got at least a couple more days.
So. Yeah. I think it's either gonna be this. It's either we're gonna find out what's the king, racism or politics. If it's racism, they tear shit up on Monday. If it's politics, they'll tear shit up on
Wednesday.
yeah, exactly. They're like, so who's like, what pisses you off more?
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
Do you know if the National Guard is like down near the statue? The
whole mall is off limits, so you can't go anywhere near the monuments. You can't go anywhere near where Congress and them are. And then you you can't go near Union Station. People can still move around though, so like you can travel you can take a train here. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting, man. I don't know. I might die.
You're not gonna die.
No, I could.
Well, I still have this.
You have a basement, right?
Yeah, you gotta hide out, bro. And I still have a Steelers hat if you do. So we good.
No, never say never.
I'm just kidding, bro. We love you.
Word up.
Alibi, how was your week, sir?
I don't know, man. It's like same. Every week's the same. COVID's like Groundhog's Day, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it feels like every time we think it can't get like, man, maybe we turn in the corner, then something pull us back.
Yeah.
Every time we try to leave.
It keeps calling us back, man.
Yep. So, but I'm all good. I'm not. Yeah, we here, man. We here to talk about Juve. What we have learned this week is that America is all ghetto children.
Dude, the world's ghetto, and I would definitely want to leave, man.
It's all ghetto children.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. I did have Capital Fallout, as the last part of our How's Everyone's Week. So I had the agenda right here, but just not for everybody to see. So, anything y'all want to talk about in regards to that? I know they're getting tooled up, as you said. And
I don't want to talk about like the event per se,
right?
But what it's done to me, like in my friend group, we do this thing on Sundays where we're all like, yo, how much time did you spend on your phones? Because we all got kids and
all of it.
You got to pay attention to your
Sometimes.
kids. And like I've been spending a lot of time on Twitter and Apple News and just going down the rabbit holes of all these, conspiracy theories and all this stuff. So, not a great week in terms of that because it's just like unearthing like stories upon stories and all that stuff. But to Alibi's point, it was like a regular week. Aside from spending way too much time on the internet, just being like, who did?
I don't know, man. I don't feel like it was a regular week, bro. It's like it's not crazy, but it's fucking crazy. It's like now it's our turn to see something fucking crazy, and we've been pretty fortunate in our lifetime. But like, as much as like people are like whatever, shit happens, people are crazy because we're right about that, and we get cynical. This shit is fucking insane. like it's fucking insane. Like there were so many other presidents who we could have been like, nah, he's not real. They were like Obama. If Obama had gotten elected, it would make sense to be like, nah, man, that's not a real thing. We're just not going to deal with that. But it wasn't even that one. This one is just like, no, that one. And I heard that they're already getting ready to file articles of impeachment for Joe Biden.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
And I'm like, bro, we got to deal with this shit for another 4 years.
First of all, that's crazy. How you get impeached twice, man? How you get voted in once and impeached twice? I feel like
he's like the Ben Roethlisberger of presidents.
That's nasty.
You know what I mean?
No, he's never won anything. He never. What are his Super Bowls? Roethlisberger at least has 2 Super Bowls. He's like, I know I'm a piece of shit, but I took you to the promised land twice. I feel like this one, it's wild, bro. Like
wild. Isn't even that sort of a level of white privilege though? Like, there's no way Obama gets impeached twice. You get impeached once and it's a wrap. Like, it really was going down.
Well, this dude got impeached once,
but he got impeached during his second term, like in the last, like in the back half, right? So even if he's on his way out, so it's kind of it doesn't matter. Whereas this, it's like he's on his way out, but he's been fucking up some shit. So they had to get him out of there twice so he could lose all those benefits of being a former president. Because at first I was like, this doesn't make any sense. If you impeach him the first time and he didn't have to leave, what is the point of this? It's like a slap on the wrist. But when they started talking about, no, here's how he loses, this and this and that for, future stuff, they booted him off of all social media. I was like, yeah, we're get him the fuck out of here then. Cool. And now he's trying to pardon Lil Wayne and Kodak Black?
Yeah. They said he needs to pardon all the rioters.
Dude.
If I was Trump, I would make a statement and say, you didn't get the job done. No way I pardon you. Like, no, you didn't even kill anyone. Why would I pardon you?
What if you were
nothing that I instructed you to do? No.
What if you were Biden or Pence? I told y'all already, man. Them dudes gotta
going down.
Pence gotta.
It's gotta be on site, man. Every time I see you,
it's like tasting your own.
Every time I see
your own blood.
Yeah.
Like, this is no way, man. I can't let that ride.
No, he's going to let that ride. Donald Trump is like the most nigga-esque president I have ever seen.
I was literally about to say that.
He literally like that. The way he demoted. The way everyone is so nervous around him and scared. Like I literally seen him put physical hands on people to move him out the way for photo ops. Like he's like the whole. If I can't have this shit, can't no one have this shit. He's literally. It's like y'all don't give a fuck.
I just want to know how has nobody snuffed this dude?
I think
he doesn't look like he has hands.
I think low key he does.
His hands are military
5
so
times.
little.
I think wild tiny.
He's got small hands, but he's tall. He's got crazy reach, and he grew up in New York with the rats. So if you grew up around the rats, you gotta dodge those rats.
Donald Trump's like King Hippo, man. Give him one to the belly.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, bro.
Y'all talking shit. Y'all talking shit till Donald Trump show up with the 52 blocks. They hit him with the fucking racket.
He can't do no demands with grab pussies, dog. Come on, man. Yo, Mark, what up, Mark? Sky High Rise in the comments. He said one more impeachment, and he gets a sandwich with a purchase of a drink.
That's about where we're at.
Yeah,
gotta
punch his card.
Punching the card.
Definitely punching the card, man.
That's wild. Yo, this is a wild week, and so I feel you, Joe. How it feels like a wild week, but I don't feel like us. We don't like we all are gonna feel that weight like officially, but I don't feel like we feel that weight emotionally. Why? Why is that?
What do you mean, black folks?
It ain't us.
No, I think
no. Yo, Alibi just pulled the KD. Has a question. He goes, yes. No, expand. I know I know that. But I'm saying expand it for the show.
I think black folks are going to be split into multiple groups, but like two main groups are people who believe in the structure and people who don't. Like, I just bought a house, so I don't want my shit burned down. So I understand the black folks like, no, we need order. we need order. You're like, yeah, okay. But to be fair, though, not only is it about politics, but COVID, specifically because COVID happened, I think that really showed the divide, the disconnect between people living their regular lives and then people in office, people with a lot of money. So I think that has made other folks seem like, well, I've been kind of living, in a shitty existence for a while now. So y'all having to hide in a bunker is like, like worried about death and things like that are what normal people worry about, and also the consequence. So I do think it's split. I think certain black folks are like, look, man, this has been coming for a while. We've been telling y'all about these folks. We're gonna fuck y'all. They're gonna fuck y'all up. Cool. But I do think there's other folks who are worried about order not being established, and then what happens when order is not established. So it's two part. I lean towards the side of like, yo, they're not coming for me. And if they came for me, I would go, what are you doing here? The Capitol's that way. And then back the fuck up and say, y'all need any snacks? No? Cool.
I just went to the grocery store today.
So. It's like, don't burn my shit. I didn't do anything. But no, I do think that's a good point, A-Quil.
Did you think that you would see a split with the Republican Party in this way before a split with the Democratic Party? And I mean, in the sense of you've heard a lot of folks that are more progressive.
Define split though.
So it feels like a lot of Trump. So Trump, for instance, it's like he's segmenting a certain element of folks that typically vote Republican, and
he's gonna create his own party.
Yeah. So and let's say he does that, like, which would be crazy. But did you think you would see that before you saw more people, i.e., more minorities, splitting off from the Democratic Party? Like, let's keep it a buck. We know that Biden made it. He's in office, and great. But honestly, he had some inflammatory comments for some black folks, man. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. That's pretty inflammatory.
Yeah, I think what this period is showing us is because I'm like very like I have a lot of inner turmoil about what happened. Excuse me, on the 6th.
Yeah,
and part of me is like, word, now there's like a template for what can happen for, if you want to call it a revolution, right? But the other part is disrupting the status quo isn't good for business now, because most of the people now got what they wanted, and we're trying to see what it looks like when it plays out, even though we already know that it's going to be the status quo, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like you know what I mean? Like you want to obviously condemn all that shit, but at the same time you're like, wait a minute, it can be done.
I mean, here's the weird part. I don't want to condemn, like, here's the thing. They attacked the state. You know what I mean? All four of us are like against the state. You know what I mean? I feel like the craziest
if
part
the FBI is listening right now, he means the three of us. I am.
But I think what's crazy is that like it's in this weird way that like we have to defend ourselves by like defending them in a way. You know what I mean? Like what they did is what we should be doing, right? So when we're calling for things like try these fools as domestic terrorists, we have to know that they're going to try way more of us for domestic terrorism than that group that was out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's complicated. I feel like we are watching the beginning of some burgeoning little fascist movement, and it's gonna be interesting. What I want to see is Trump gonna try and like he's gonna manipulate this to make money, right?
100%.
Why stay in office? You just continue to play this role of like you got they played me, son. Like come to my campaigns, they're just gonna come see him talk, and he's just gonna charge money, right? For them to come and see him talk, and he's gonna sell stuff, but he's not gonna do anything else. He's just gonna, and now he doesn't have to like play politics anymore. He can say all the crazy stuff he wants to say.
I think this was if these people weren't white and MAGA'd up, a lot more people would be cool with this. The fact of the matter is, in just a year,
dog, if that was people like, I need a bigger stimulus check, we'd all be like, word up.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
get them senators up out of there.
In the past year,
not enough.
2 myths have been killed for me in the past year. I thought police weren't, I thought you couldn't touch police my whole life. I've been scared of cops my whole life because they're cops, and that if I shot a cop, I go to jail. Cop shoots me, he's probably not going to go to jail, et cetera, et cetera. Especially Minnesota. Shout out to Minnesota. Watching a police station burn down and a lot of people weren't murdered was changed the whole way I thought about just protests. And I know we can pick apart everything that happened, but I think the most amazing thing about George Floyd protests were that people were just like, yo, we're sick and tired and we're willing to burn things down. And then this, to me, is the kind of, it encloses all of that. To watch a bunch of people run into that Capitol building, and why I don't harp on the racial part of it, because I know there's race involved. The fact that they're white is the reason why they weren't all mowed down and murdered. Yeah. But the fact that they weren't scared, and a lot of it is because, they're afforded the ability to not be fully scared. And they were like, no, fuck it, this is our shit. Was like, yo, this is kind of somewhat awe-inspiring. I would love to put my feet up on any motherfucker's desk who makes more money than me. I don't even care who it is. I think that'd be pretty gangster to walk up in your office, fuck with your mail, but like, shut up, fucking JP Morgan, dude. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, yo, I think, so I like the fact that there were these institutions that, even though land of the free, there's just certain institutions you never think you can challenge because we're just bred that way. Companies, banks, government, you know what I mean? And now you're just seeing people just challenge everything. They're just like, no, I don't really understand it. So in that aspect,
for the absolute wrong reasons.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so wrong. But you're like, yo, we never thought to question any of this shit because we were like, yo, let's beat the fuck out of us. So it's been wild.
So much collusion. That's a great segue. I just want the whole story to come out, man. There's just so much collusion.
Yeah. America's definitely hot right now, man.
Yeah, it's definitely it was definitely 400 degrees in the capital last week.
Yeah.
Very much, man.
Full of ghetto children.
Ghetto children, ha. Whoa, they. So 400 degrees. Thank you for that input. Much appreciated. I know we wouldn't, whatever. We do whatever we want on live. We talk about everything. We talk current, but we also get into the album.
I feel like you have
We're intelligent dudes, man. We don't have to just sit up here and talk about hip hop. Even if we lost you, like, oh well, man. Like,
it would be disingenuous if all four of us came up on here and were like, what do you mean? What happened? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That is facts. What happened on this episode, though? 400 degrees. What happened, man? Again, we typically don't spoil, but at this point, who cares, man? We like to spoil. So we had some controversy last week with the Black Star episode, with Sir Tuval over there.
No, we did not.
Because you're still breathing and doing all right. So he feels safe.
I'm gonna mute myself.
So this week apparently wasn't any different because we had a few passionate fans that were not happy with the Juvenile score.
What they saying?
They said it was just mad disrespect. Look at Bausch in the comments. He still said it too, man. He's ready for you, man.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna switch over to Facebook. I gotta see what's going on.
They were not happy with the Juvenile, man. Juvenile got our lowest score so far. Joel, aka Jewel, in the episode stated with a laugh, this will be the lowest score that any album will ever get, like ever. It was very maniacal. So that rubbed a couple people the wrong way because I don't think that's gonna be true. We got a lot more episodes ago.
It's not true. We can go ahead. Spoiler. It's not.
It's not.
Thus far.
But it's pretty low.
So, but yes,
was that our fault though, man?
To a degree.
Let's get into it.
Like I'm looking at it right now. Like the math kind
behind the
of
scenes,
like
behind the scenes stuff.
I gave it a 19.
I also gave it a 19. So we're confident.
Joel gave it a 19.
Yeah.
Joel gave it a 19.
Survival gave it an 18.
I gave it an 18.
Gave it an 18. But yeah,
I think that's fair. That's an 18.
We're all right
all around.
We're all right around that area.
No, I think we can stand firm on a 19.
But for integrity's sake, I feel like we should explain this to the listeners.
Okay.
Are you sure? Are you positive?
Right. It sounds like you're copping, please.
Are you sure y'all want to pull the curtain back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, they didn't pull the skirt up in the whole United States, man.
We don't have any.
We can invite y'all right in, man. Kick your feet up on the couch. You don't have to kick in the doors.
Fuck your couch.
You don't have to kick in the doors. I'm inviting you in just like those police, man.
Okay. Well, then let's do it. And only because we're 9 episodes in and, hopefully we're going to reach, 100 and we'll look back at this and laugh one day. And again, the 4 of us mobbing beat, like NWA after they drop.
This is the crew now. So once upon a time, we had a few other members.
A lot.
And they also had inputs on albums. And so in the particular case of this album, there was one other member whose score dragged Juvie's score.
It was replayability.
Dirt on replayability. He gave it a 0, which is not even like we do 1 through 5, and he gave it a 0.
That is blasphemous,
man.
Which is crazy because I know for sure that dude's definitely listening to back that ass up. Like,
right?
Yeah, it was on the album.
But I mean, let's give him his credit. He rated Black Star higher than Survival, so
he did.
He did. Listen, man. I'm not.
He said it was a classic. Classic.
It's not.
I have no smoke for him. Like wherever he's at, I hope we can. Joel, you got to find him.
Yeah, I do.
Survival, you got to find him. I hope that brother's doing well right now. But
he gave a 24 to Black Star.
I would expect that.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, us 4 right here, 18.75. I feel like that's respectable.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
it's a lot of filler on this album.
No, so let's take a look at let's take a look at that because you know what it is. People think about they think about Back That Ass Up, and hell, we think about that. We think about that intro. That intro is fucking classical on its own, like for real. Like, gotta show love.
No, yeah.
But when you get outside of that, we got to really talk about this, man. So I'm with you. The score truthfully should have been 18.75. So Mel,
but we have integrity.
If you're out there,
we kept everyone else's scores because that's what we were on as a crew and a time. We didn't cut the guys off, right? We have integrity. We kept them there and we rode with it. We rocked with it.
Okay.
There was a time where, some of those people fall off, and then it's just the 4 of us.
Yeah, man. So we're here now.
So I have a rebuttal for that.
Scoring mechanism is.
So for the fans, because he said we kept integrity by keeping them on there, but is it also integrity by taking them off if only the 4 of us are rolling?
I'm just clarifying.
No, I'm just asking.
Well, we would have to do that with everything.
Yeah, I think to your point, both can be seen as the way to go. either doing basically doing things one way, sticking to it. I think that's the main thing. It's like whatever you decide to do, stick to that way. Instead of going, well, he took this off for this, but this other one makes this album look pretty good. I think it's just doing it all way. This one, the thing that makes this one okay to me is the fact that the album's still nowhere near classic. So I'm like,
but it's a certain level of respect, right? Like,
why though?
No.
Juvie getting a 17.
Is the only thing I'm gonna say.
But why is it? What's the respect for him? Because there are other albums that I won't say anything now.
I'll say at the least.
But there is something weird about Juvie. Like, you go ahead, A-Quil. Say it. Yeah, say it. Because there's something here.
This, I think 18 Boy 75 is very respectable. The disrespect again is that low score bringing it down. Where this is a regional classic. It's a regional classic. Yeah. Juvenile was Mike Jordan of that team back then before they evolved to the next level with Cash Money, Young Money, and et cetera, et cetera.
Still has the highest selling album in the history of Cash Money. This is it.
Back That Ass Up has to be like one of the top 25, 50 hip hop songs of all time.
It's 2021 and Cash Money is still taking over for the
99 and 2000. Dude, that like, come on, man. So that's why. Now, yeah, we know the album itself isn't classic. We're gonna get into that, but that's what I just feel put a little bit more respect on Juvie's name than the 17.
Exactly.
I get that point because I feel like that too, but I also think it's because it's New Orleans. There's regional classics for every state. There's a nigga in Idaho like these niggas won't give me my dude, and there's like an album that everyone listens to in Idaho. There's
Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm not listening to the Militia remix.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's keep it real. There are so many people that we can rate that people will be like, yo, around here, that like whatever Bay Area.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's a case for the Bay Area where if we gave someone from the Bay Area a bad score, we could die because to them that shit is like.
And they still was getting it out the trunk.
Yeah,
like when West Coast fell off,
disrespect Drew down.
So. Yeah, I fuck with you now, dog. But I think it's also the fact that it is Juvenile, and we know it's so much more than music with him and Cash Money that I don't ever want to go here and say anything bad. I've seen so many interviews with Juvenile. I'm like, I'm always been rooting for this dude and Cash Money, and I think that's what it is. There's a charm about New Orleans where you're like, fuck,
love New Orleans.
I never would want to disrespect off of this.
I love New Orleans. So okay, so let's go track for track there. Because we got to be honest. Like I said, we were putting respect on Juvenile's name, where the score should have been higher than the 17. We agree on that, but we also agree that it's not a classic. And when we get to this track for track, here's why: for the males, for the P's, we shouting y'all out. For all y'all who are like, I can't believe y'all gave it that score. Like we got flamed. Here's why. Now, intro. We let our intro. I mean, me, Al, Joe, you liked it. Survival's not so, but you're the contrarian, whatever, man. We ain't got time for that today, man. We're not doing this 2 weeks in a row, man. All right, not 2 weeks in a row. We know Ha's a classic. Y'all heard, and again, I said it on the episode. Like I was able to admit, like when I first heard this song, I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it took a second to catch on, but it's a classic, and I was wrong. You can. It's okay to be wrong about something in the beginning and say, you know what, like. I wasn't on that wave. That's all it was. I was upset. Not upset, but I was like, oh, get this off me because it wasn't what I was used to as what I consider classic stuff. But then when you really break it down, it's like, no, he on something different, man. I didn't know what type of time it was. That song is fucking awesome. Gonna Ride With Me. I said it was cool. Well, most of us said it was cool. Alibi, you said it was a hit.
Cool. I don't mind it.
Oh, so I'm sorry. A side note, because I know you guys can't see this. Bausch actually asked us about this. So there's two components to the way we grade these. So we give them our individual scores in the categories of.
Do you want them to see it?
Not yet. Okay. I think we could do a separate episode on this because in a different recording of a different episode, Alibi had brought up a great point about what we really put into impact. So you guys, in addition to what you saw on the live last week,
but I could hide the person.
No. You don't need to see that. Not yet. But we put a lot of thought. We don't just say a lot of crazy shit just to be saying it. You know, maybe once in a blue moon, but for the most part, there's a lot of thought put between these songs. So when we're talking about songs and albums, we're grading them in two different places, right? So replayability, lyrics, production, concept, and impact all get their individual scores of 0 to 25. but we're also taking into account the individual songs, and we're grading those in the sense of if it's filter, good, a hit, or timeless. So we're taking these two separate components, coupling them together, and that's how we're getting our ultimate like score when we're playing these things together. So that's why I wanted to go track for track, because again, we remember the highs, remember to back that ass up. We got to talk about these other songs. I know damn well y'all do not play. You don't play these, front to back. So Gonna Ride With Me, Alibi, he liked it the most. So we were kind of like, it's cool. Ghetto Children, that was a timeless to a hit. We all agreed that was that shit. Follow Me Now, it's for the most part. No. Actually, we all said it was cool. Yeah. We all fuck with Ghetto Children and Follow Me Now. Cash Money Concert, that was just the interlude, right? Yeah, that's the interlude. Like it's kind of funny and kind of whatever. However you feel about skits, you got an Asian doing their saying "Wody son." Like if that's your cup of tea, I guess.
By Asian do we mean Manny Fresh, right?
Was that him doing the ad-lib?
No, it's definitely Manny Fresh.
Definitely.
So definitely. Manny Fresh in person today.
Manny Fresh, come on, man.
It's like breakfast at fucking Tiffany's, Manny Fresh. What are you doing?
Problematic, problematic, man. So welcome to the Nolia. That kind of was all over the place. Joe, you said it was timeless.
Welcome to Nolia is a fucking classic. This is, and my counterparts have never murdered people. I dabble in the murder arts. But when the hook of that song is throw your sets up, nigga, throw your sets up. How do you not like that, dog? Damn, dog. That song is a shit, bro. Okay. And they blurt out pistol, but not like nigga, bitch, throw your sets up. like why is pistol the one word that we're not gonna say? But that song's a fucking classic,
weird, bro.
Okay, yeah. So Joe says a classic, but I think the rest of us were kind of all right on it.
It's a classic.
Well, no, it was between. No, it was UTP though. That was more kind of. Joe, you said a hit though. The rest of us were like, it's
that was I like that song.
Filler song. Or good. Alibi, why'd you say that was filler?
It's just filler to me. There's a lot of stuff on here, man. Whether it's the beats or like some of the stuff is just it's just filler. Like there's nothing I'm gonna come back to. Like I could have done without that song, personally.
Okay. What about Run For It?
Yeah.
Y'all said, I said it was a hit. I like that shit. That I run for it.
I like that song.
For it.
I like it a lot.
It doesn't hold up.
Oh, you did Survival. That's right. I'm looking.
I like that shit.
You're. I'm sorry. You're next to the other one, and that's why I keep looking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my bad.
I mean,
no,
let
you
me hide him.
Yeah. Then we got the Ha remix. The first remix. I like that. I like it. I know Alibi, you said it was filter. Me and Survival was rocking with it. Joe, you said it was okay.
You know what though?
I like it.
I think on principle, I rock with both of them.
Yes.
Just because
the first two.
They're based in Ha. I don't know if that makes sense, but like they have a Ha foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason, and I know you're gonna get to it. That I had my beef with the other version of Ha is, and we'll get to that too. There was a very, very tragic verse on there that can't be ignored. So otherwise, it would be a class. I mean, I think Ha is a classic song.
And the original Ha is a classic.
The original, and so the
Young King
the version with Jay-Z has that original beat on it, and then the remix with the Hot Boys has a different element to it, but it's still I think it's still great.
Yeah, that one I fuck with that one. What after that was Rich Niggas, that me and Joel, we were on the same page.
Classic, dog.
That's man, ooh, that is my joint.
Yo, they had the dance hall on it, dog.
That's my life. Come on, man.
Like New Orleans and dance hall, man, doesn't get like the Caribbean influence in New Orleans. I feel like we don't look at it enough. Like it's huge there. It's me. It's a personal thing. Growing up in Boston, in the East Coast, you see Caribbeans everywhere. So when I went to New Orleans, I'm like, there's Jamaicans here, which makes way more sense.
It's closer.
Jamaicans being in Boston. I'm like, what do you mean the Jamaicans? They're like, where are you from? I'm like, Boston. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course, there's people from islands here.
Yeah, that was our joint, man. Alibi, you was hating on that one.
Boston's like Ireland Junior, so of course it makes more sense for Jamaicans to be like
Boston's also Caribbean central. Like Boston is. There were kids who were like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Down the street." They're like, "No, where you from?" I was like, "I don't know, a hospital." And they're like, "You ain't from the island, dog?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what you're talking about, bro." Like South Carolina. They were like, "Oh, Boston is full of Caribbean kids."
Most of the songs I rated filler, man, they have like a feature, and I feel like the features on this album did not, like, none of these dudes. It didn't do much for me.
It's funny.
Like, it was cool to hear like a Wayne when he was like 14, but on the whole, like, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't feel like the Cash Money crew like held Juvie down.
But he really wanted you to know that they were going to be featured on the album because he put it on the cover.
Yeah, I respect it.
Right.
He held it down for the team. I'm just simply saying that, like, I don't think it added nothing to the project. And so consequently, to me, it made like the second half of the album drag, because I'm like, a lot of this stuff is just like, is crew shit. It ain't Juvie shit. It's like crew shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's like basically a Hot Boys album.
Yeah.
Right. And there's one exception on the back half of the album. Let's back that ass up, which is next. And there's just, we ain't got to talk about that. We know what it is with that.
For the 9/9 and the 10.
Yo, what version do you prefer, edited or unedited?
I like them both.
I like both, but because he only says for the 9/9 2000 on the edited version, I played it one because of that. You know what I'm saying?
I like ass being backed up.
Yeah, I like. You know what's funny? If you watch that video and like if you watch anything now compared to that video, not a lot of ass in that video.
It's not
regular. There was plenty of ass. It was just regular ass. It wasn't booty shot ass.
No, right. There were some minimal cheeks on that where I'm like, why was she even?
But it was still great though.
Yeah,
you gotta
think of like, but this is before surgeries, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I didn't see my first like real fake ass until I want to say maybe 2009 in Miami. Like, it was a horrible job. She's like a capital P. Like, it was bad.
Hot take though.
Okay.
My hot take.
Is it a 400 degrees?
It is 400 degree take right here.
Then make it hotter.
As anyone watching this know, most men are creeps. I was a teenager in my adolescence. I remember BET Uncut and also regular time videos, Q-Tips, Vibrant Thing, and Breathe and Stop. A lot of ass in both those videos, and I would rate the videos with the ass. This one was lower on the liner notes classic ass review scale. Minimal impact on the cheeks on this video. 2 max.
They were turning up though.
Watch Breathe. No, the thing I love most about that video though is and Cash Money in general is when you saw Back That Ass Up, it wasn't just that. It was really just watching them dudes walk around with big ass t-shirts on. He's at a concert chilling. You saw their crew. Yeah. Every video you saw of Cash Money was an introduction into Cash Money. Like Wayne, like I was a fucking Lil Wayne fan, and he barely rapped ever at that point. You know what I mean? He's just like going in words here and there. Manny Fresh, everyone being in the video with a cause. Like, no one wanted to jump in front. Even Baby, like, who is, we talk about his business stuff all the time. He was like Baby in the video. It was like, yo, y'all, Juvenile, get out there. Wayne, get out there. Like, dude. And that's what I like so much about it. Their crew was in every fucking video, and it was so different. It was fucking dope.
I feel like they just put on for New Orleans, and it's like, absolutely. If you haven't been to New Orleans, like, you probably just don't understand the culture. Like, you know, understand what was going on. I know I had no clue. I was like, what is happening? Like, all right, you know, it's a lot of ass shaking, and this is great, but I don't know you know.
Yeah, and I think it's also rare for people to put on for whole cities, especially like y'all are from Minnesota. You can probably give insight into this. If you grow up listening to hip hop, it's generally a borough or a specific part of a place. Like, people were claiming West Coast only when it came to East Coast. And when it would break down in little sets, like, I'm from this part of Cali, blah, blah, blah. A few people were like, no, I'm doing this for everyone in this region. This is for all of y'all. And generally you get that from the South. The South is the first place where everyone said, no, this is for New Orleans. This is for Atlanta. This is for Houston. We're bringing it. So, like, for them to kind of say, like, and everyone in New Orleans, I doubt that you go to New Orleans talking crazy about this shit.
They all had a different sound too, though, right? Like, New Orleans bounce music sound different from like what came out of Houston, right? Screw music sound different from Miami. Miami sound different from Atlanta. It's all, you know, regionally it's different. They all got their own sound, which is dope. And this was
people love each other.
Yeah.
And the North people don't love each other. Like, if you're in New York, Chicago, whatever, it's like, no, we're cool here. Them niggas across the street, We don't like.
I can't say they all love each other. I think they might be happy to see, like, but you can't convince me Fifth Ward was cool with Third Ward.
No. They talked about that as we go to the sidetrack. Remember when Houston like popped for a second with Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, and they talked about that, how a lot of them dudes, they weren't fucking with each other, but they understood what it meant to move as a movement. You know what I mean? So I feel that. Where we at after that? Oh, back to that stuff. Off top. Ugh. Yeah, we were cool on Off Top. After Cash Money concert, another skit. Another Woody son.
More racism. Which I like. But come on, make it funnier.
I guess. 400 Degreez. The title track. Juvenile loves this track. Side note, I remember when I was doing some of the research. He'd always start the majority of his concerts with this song.
Yeah, so this shit's fire.
Yeah, you gave it a timeless out of all of us.
Yeah.
Juvenile on fire.
Man, this is when he's in his domestic abuse bag. Like,
let me give you an excerpt of Juvenile on fire.
Here we go
let's
again.
Say I'm in a room with.
We covered this on the podcast, but do it again, Joe. Do it again.
Let me give you a nice little excerpt from this album. Let's say I'm in a room with a bitch and a hoe don't want fuck. Like a man. I'm gonna beat my meat and get my fucking nut for sure. She gonna be drove in. And I'm gonna cut the TV off and go to sleep on that hoe then. Now, come on, bro. If you're gonna jerk off, first of all, you gotta do it in another space. Be respectful.
You gotta do it
Second
at
of all,
the beginning of Lil' Kim's album.
She can't even watch TV? How the fuck are you gonna turn the TV off, dog? If she can't watch TV, that's wild, dog.
That's crazy.
That's wild. That song is wild.
That song is wild as fuck.
Yeah.
That song is wild. Problematic.
I like it.
He was hot, man.
For all the wrong reasons, but I like it.
He was fucking hot, dude.
I don't understand beating your meat and then abusing anyone. Like, I'm pretty chill. After that happens.
You relax.
Are you still mad?
Toxic. Yeah, that's true. You should be
I don't understand why she can't watch TV. Like, why? You gonna turn the TV off? So you just sit there in silence? I'm like, yo, watch whatever, dog.
Dude. Whew. Yeah.
Right.
Juvenile definitely was hot and on fire. And then, of course, somebody who was not hot or not on fire at all.
No.
On the Ha remix for the third time. So this is the third Ha. So we had the first one, that's a classic. We had the second one, that's the remix with the Hot Boys, different sound. It's great. Then you had a certain person who heard this phenomenal Cash Money, sound popping off. Probably felt like I should hop on this wave. It's 98. It's my year. We're past Pac, we're past Big, and I'm taking over.
Yeah,
this is hot.
He was on his Drake.
Let me hop on this real quick. I can do this. I don't need to get in the studio and do something here. I can just mail in the verse. And that verse came in, and
Arizona Cardinals Emmitt Smith. That's what this is.
You didn't fucked around with Juvenile and Jigga. No, we fucked around with Juvie. I don't know what Jigga was doing on that beat.
Not necessary.
Who wants to talk about that?
This is the worst feature I've ever heard in my entire life.
And I retract my statement that we've never heard Jay uncomfortable. I'm like, on the black.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, he uncomfortable. He's real uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
He looked he sound like he ain't welcome in New Orleans, man.
I don't know. That's a past reference, everybody.
Give me
catch up on the episodes.
That's Jay's worst feature easily, and one of the worst
be.
features I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah,
ever.
It was bad.
It was the most ridiculous, awful. Like,
he didn't even say ha.
They didn't say ha one time.
The whole point of the song, bro.
He was off beat. The gun sounds weren't convincing. It was fucking terrible. Like, it was just terrible, bro.
The guns weren't convincing.
And every single time they've combined, it's just made me sad. Snoopy track, like, they just continue to meet up and give us bullshit.
I like Snoopy track.
I don't mind Snoopy track.
No, Snoopy track.
That's Jay and Juvenile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah, Snoopy track dope.
Snoopy track
like that
dope. No.
Yes.
No. Get out of here, bro.
I'm about to play Snoopy track, bro.
You know they called him. He was like, "Yo, Jay, want you on a track?" He was like, "You gonna do it?" He's like, "I'm gonna do this nigga just like he did me."
Hey, you know what's wild is I gave this version of High good, and I gave the Hot Boys one filler.
You're tripping. You were tripping, Wody son.
Yo, I put
felt like I couldn't disrespect like High, but man, I don't know.
No, we all no. Survivor gave it a hit.
I didn't need the Birdman on the High remix, man.
No, I will take Birdman on the second High or the first High remix. Excuse me. I would take Birdman's verse over Jay's verse on the second.
That's bad verse, man.
They're both bad. But I'll take Baby. Baby has a reason. He's off beat. He's not really a rapper. You know, he was just coming. They fill in spots, man. Jay has no excuse, bro. Yeah. No excuse. And at least the sound, vibe, all that, Baby's in the pocket. He's just not that great as a rapper, but he's in the pocket.
Yep.
What was Jay doing, bro?
He was just
he was being Sean. He was Sean.
Yeah, that was terrible, bro. Let me ask you all a question. What is your? I won't say the best, but what's your favorite Jay-Z feature?
It's definitely not all the way up. Let me think.
Mine is What We Do. I think it'll always be that.
Yeah. So I move keys. You can call me the piano man. If you're gonna take that one, then I would take what's the Memphis Bleak joint with Missy?
Is that your chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. He smoked that shit.
He took that song from him.
Pretty much.
Dude, he had 3 verses on it. It was
this version's without Memphis Bleak.
That's kind of shitty.
He let Bleak feature.
That's kind of shit. That's kind of shitty, dude. Yo, how you got 3 verses on Memphis Bleak's song? Bleak only had 2 verses, and then Twister had 1, and Twister murdered that shit.
We're never gonna get signed by Tidal.
It doesn't matter. He's selling it to some Dutch people. It doesn't matter.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, Joe Budden just added another podcast. So
hey, man.
Nice.
Pick us up. Holler at us, man.
Nice. Yeah. A-Quil, what about you? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
We can say all the takes that Joe can't say, man.
Yeah.
True. What is one of my favorite? I'll say this out of the last couple of years. This is, so Sean Carter, 444 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He killed What's Free on Bleak's on Meek Mill's album with him and Ross. What's Free?
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at Bausch with another MOP shout out to 4 Alarm Blaze.
I love it.
Bausch. Come on, man. I love it.
And Jay did kill that too.
He did body it.
He did. He came in with what the fuck.
Jay got a lot of features, man.
He does.
He got some good shit.
I have another question, but I'm gonna save it to a later episode with another artist.
Okay.
All right, write it down.
I had to put a love.
It'll come up naturally.
Cool. Yeah, but yeah, that feature wasn't it on this one. We'll say that much. So, yeah, it's a lot to love about this album. We got a lot of love for New Orleans. Like I said, we were there for a couple years. That was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Dang. Yeah, we went to Mardi Gras. So
how was it?
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope.
See it?
It was what you expected.
I had the greatest deep fried turkey wing of all time.
Yeah, I was happy. I was happy to be with my friends, and I was happy for Anthony's bachelor party. I will never go back to New Orleans for Mardi Gras ever again in my entire life.
I'm going.
I don't know.
It was just so. It's not Mardi Gras. It's the fact of any major event is just a lot of people,
a lot of tourists.
Exactly, and that's
I'm back with the fam. I need my kids to see Mardi Gras.
I think the way to do it is if the group is smaller, you can make reservations and you know what I mean? Like plan.
And we didn't get to see we didn't get to see the Indians, man. So I gotta go back.
It's a lot.
That's the only thing I really wanted to see was the Indians.
New Orleans, though, if you go, when I went for work, it was hottest. It was in June, which was terrible. It was hot as fuck, but there was no one there. So I went everywhere, and it was fucking. And now the goons be? The goons was out.
The goons is out regardless. The goons was out. So be careful.
It was out when we was there, man. Trying to leave us at bullets. Like, nah. Hey man, we'll pay you double. Just go on, take us back to the Airbnb.
If you've been to New Orleans and you know about bullets, we just gonna leave it there. We was almost there.
In retrospect, I don't know what
we weren't there no more.
I don't know what we were thinking in retrospect. Thinking we could just slide into the spot called Bullets.
I like New Orleans.
No, New Orleans was dope though.
Yeah. But shout out to the crawfish fried rice we had. That was
shout out to the grits, the grits with the shrimp and corn that I still been trying to remake. That's what's phenomenal.
You know what's funny? New Orleans isn't even like, I don't even consider New Orleans like, it's its own section of the South for me. Charleston is its own part of the South. New Orleans is too. Absolutely. And like every other part of the South is South, except for Florida. Florida's fucking weird. It is. I mean, Jacksonville's like Georgia. Jacksonville, Florida's like Georgia.
Man, Florida's like New Jersey.
What?
Florida's like the white folks are like New Jersey and Long Island, and then it's a bunch of like Haitians, which are. I love the Caribbean part
and Cubans.
Yeah, I love like the Caribbean parts of like Dade County, like Overton, like all of that was cool. I feel like Miami as a city is pretty overrated. Like personally,
very, very overrated.
It's expensive. It was fun. Yeah. It's fun, but it's expensive.
But bro, I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, so we were close to Swamp, Florida. There's no that ain't that is like that is not Jersey. That is some shit that no one need to see in their life. But at least that part of Florida was like Alabama, Georgia. Like you get to that part of Jackson. When you go south of that, you in some other shit, dog. But no, I say New Orleans has its own flavor, style. I'm used to South Carolina, Alabama, North Carolina.
I like
everywhere but Mississippi.
I couldn't live there, but I could visit once a year.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with that. Is there anything else from the podcast you guys remember that you want to update or retract or add? It was a pretty good episode, and we covered a lot of the album and just New Orleans in general. But anything that you thought about after, like, damn, wish we would have said that you want to add here?
No, not for me.
Survival, you ever been to New Orleans, like ever?
Yeah, I went in 2017 for a joint bachelor and bachelorette party, and I organized a second line parade.
Nice.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That shit was lit. Yeah, it was great. That was amazing for me, to just be like putting all that together and like contacting the band and getting the route all set up. So, and then like once we did it, we were all like roughly wearing the same thing. They wanted this black and white sort of ambiance where we were all like dressed kind of uniformly, and it was after Mardi Gras, so it was like mid-March, and there was a little bit of a lull, but you could see like remnants of all the fun that people had. So that was great. Like it wasn't too busy, but it was like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
was great.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've been there for New Year's Eve. That was fire. New Orleans is dope for New Year's Eve. We had a great time for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I don't see how you can have a bad time, but
nah.
Yeah,
we briefly discussed trying to organize get the crew together for A-Quil's bachelor party. It was on the list, but during Mardi Gras, there was no way we were going to find musicians.
Nah.
It's a top.
It would have been dope.
It would have been.
Tell me more stuff that I missed out on. Not here.
Yeah, definitely not here. Someone's listening.
Always. They're always listening.
Definitely. There's a lot of Joel. There's a lot of black folks there, which I love. There's a bunch of culture there.
I got to go back and get into the history though. Both times I've been there a party, I got to go back and.
Yeah, when I went there for work, there was actually a 300-year anniversary of the city, and it was heavily intertwined with slavery, and I didn't get to go. And that's one thing I'm pretty upset about. It was at a museum, and you had it, and I was like, I could do that, or I could just be hammered in the middle of the day for no reason, and I let my ancestors down. So
you see 300-year anniversary, and we didn't even act like those patriots in DC, man. Y'all should have been down there getting.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. See how civilized we are. We're so civilized, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the food is
civilized.
The food is amazing.
The food is amazing.
Food is fucking
We had a lot
fantastic.
of good dinners.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of good breakfasts. It was.
You know what? I still think the best food I had in the South though is either Dallas or South Carolina. That I can't.
I gotta go to South Carolina.
South Carolina is fucking just pigs everywhere getting roasted.
You do like pork.
I don't even eat pig.
Yeah.
Only thing I can say is we went to South Carolina for your wedding, Joe. We went to I was only there for 2 days because I had a DJ wedding the night before and then flew in, and then I think it was that Sunday morning we went and ate at that one place before heading back.
Yeah,
them grits were not hitting like New Orleans grits. That's the only comparison I got. I got
because those were white grits. If you but they're still good grits in the South. You would have went to
so they're like Paula Deen grits.
There's actually
Paula Deen, dude.
There's a spot in South Carolina it's Shanae's hometown, my wife's hometown, and unfortunately the guy who created it just passed away. But where I had my party for my wedding, like the whatever intro night shit, was at a place called Scott's Barbecue in Charleston. The dude, Ronnie Scott's Barbecue, that dude grew up with his dad in Hemingway, South Carolina, small town, and there's a barbecue called Scott's Barbecue, and it was old black dude, and it's pigs on the spit all day, and people come from all over the state, and I went there, and it was like they'll smoke anything. You literally show up, and it's like small town, like here's a turkey, smoke it for me. Like, all right, the shit there is amazing. The dude just passed away, rest in peace, of COVID, actually.
Damn, man.
Yeah, and he was an older black gentleman, but like people talk about this shit like in other parts of the city. So like if you ever get to South Carolina, you have to go to this spot. It's like off the chain. But no, New Orleans though, that to me, but the thing about black people in New Orleans is there's influences from so many other places. So you get the South, but it's not like it's not barbecue.
It ain't barbecue.
So you're getting like etouffee, crawfish, and all that other stuff.
Right,
so it is
right.
Yeah, it's popping though, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
All right, well, yeah, we definitely that'd be dope when this is all over. And I'm glad we got a chance to go to Mardi Gras before Corona because dude, that'd be nasty.
Take the show on the road.
We got to.
When it's all done.
That's part of the plan. When we get a little bigger out here, make sure y'all are supporting us so we can get out here and do this live in different cities. You feel me?
Yeah,
that'd be dope. All right, so we'll get into our last segment. We're at the hour mark.
We had an hour. I'm gonna burn through these.
All right, let's do it, man.
So if you were following, shout out to all the engagement on IG this week. We hit you with the Juvie poll. We played a game this week called Yes or Ha.
Huh?
Yes or Ha. So
you played Yes or Ha, huh?
What we did. So was that you and that badass Benz? 28% of you said yes. Shout out to y'all. 72% Ha. I was not in that badass Benz, but shout out to those of you who were. 100% of you couldn't keep an old lady because you kept fucking her friend. Ha.
Y'all's tripping.
100%.
I think that's the right answer.
Yeah. 11% of you had to go to court. Huh. 11%, 89% hide. 7% of you got served a subpoena for child support. And 25% of you, that was that nerve.
That definitely was that nerve, huh?
Yeah. Yep. So 25% was yes for was that nerve, 75% for high. 50% of you kept your body clean. 50% of you high.
Come on, there's a pandemic outside.
How only half of y'all keeping your body clean? Y'all was wearing a whole lot of Jabot jeans.
100% of you were wearing a whole lot of Jabot jeans.
I might have to find a photo of myself wearing a whole lot of Jabot jeans.
Yeah, man.
I definitely had some Jabot jeans because they sound like my last name Jabot. So
them shits were mad expensive too.
They were.
I got Marshalls. I got mine in Marshalls. We good.
Definitely. Shout out to Marshalls for holding us broke boys now. 22% of you said yes to your brother. Your brother got them birds. 22% of your brothers did. The other 78% had. 22% of you coincidentally knew who had that fire green.
Only 22%.
The other 78% had. And 100% of you had to buying this tape with your check. Lastly, 100% of you had to switching up from Nikes to Reeboks. I hope you stick with Nike. Right. Reebok is.
I'm more of a
Nike guy myself.
I'm more of an Adidas guy, but it's all
if I hope that Baron Davis and Master P can do.
I don't actually. It's funny. I don't wear any of the basketball brands. I don't like. It's either Chucks or like A-Life. Like
you got flat feet,
designers.
bro.
How's your ankles?
Designers.
You got flat.
I don't like. Feet. I only wear Asics and New Balance for running because I know they don't do sweatshops. Elliot.
Yeah. The income tax came out 100% high.
I caught that, Wody. I caught that.
And last but not least, you about to flip that income tax check 100% hard. So shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you who participated. Shout out to all of y'all who followed us this week. Our engagement followers are up this week, which is great. Tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a bro, tell a hoe, tell everyone.
Everyone to know.
Wait, you said tell a hoe?
But an H-E-A-U-X for New Orleans.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man, I love it, man. Let's get up out of here.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all as always. Thank y'all for joining us for Liner Notes Live. We talked some juvie. We talked some, Capital Russian and all that. We talked some Bama, Roll Tide. Get your roll on. We talked a lot of stuff. But to check out the actual podcast, because again, you join us here. We got a podcast we do every Wednesday that drops Wednesday morning, and that's usually on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can download podcasts, except for SoundCloud. So make sure you tune in there first, and then join us on Fridays for the live. Next week is our 10th
We don't rock with SoundCloud?
Show. I mean, we don't have no beef with SoundCloud.
Yeah, man, we got to get somebody to put it up, man. We got to get somebody.
SoundCloud should have folded should have folded years ago, bro.
They almost did.
Then because who bought them up?
Some white person gave a bunch of money for no reason.
I don't know, but
sounds about right.
Somebody bootleg us. Start us a SoundCloud page.
You know what I mean? But SoundCloud has that negative connotation, right? Because you post a SoundCloud link, they think you whack. Like if you
we're not rapping, bro.
But if we get on OnlyFans, they think we stripping. I'm just saying, there's connotation.
Look,
there.
man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
SoundCloud never lost. SoundCloud never lost that because it was the place to go if you were on Sign, and then now it's like, well, you have all these other platforms, so it's like, why even do it?
We gotta be everywhere.
I am with that. That's everywhere. So including OnlyFans, we're gonna be there too.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for joining us. Appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to all our social medias. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Liner Note 79. So make sure you hit us up there. We're also on YouTube. We still have that nasty link. I'll make it my personal goal to start commenting on YouTube channels from the YouTube page so we can get more engagement, so we can get a real YouTube link, because this shit sucks. So we need y'all to really follow. So this week, gentlemen, do me a favor. Let's get everybody to push to subscribe to YouTube so we can get those numbers up. We got a couple. We did get a couple, but we need more. Instagram was popping, and I appreciate it. Instagram's gonna be the bread and butter, but we need y'all on YouTube. We do have a link tree, so go to any of our social media sites with a link tree that shows every spot we're in, so hit that up. And we do have email, the Liner Notes Crew @gmail.com. So you can hit us there too. Any questions, any feedback, or whatever you want. Mostly folks just hit us up in our text individually, or maybe once in a while one of the DMs, to give some feedback. But again, join us next week. We'll be dropping our 10th episode. We got to celebrate. We're gonna figure it out because 10.
Big milestone.
Hey man, it's a blessing, man. We've been working at this. Let's keep it up. We touched on a little bit last week.
Alibi he has the beads on right now.
You got the beads on. You know what I'm saying?
What is he gonna do next week?
More beads, more gifts, man.
More gifts, donations. We'll
figure it out for next week. But thank y'all as always for joining us. Much appreciated. Keep sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff on every social media channel. For the Liner Notes Crew, I am A-Quil, joined once again with Alibi, Survival, and Joel. We are out, and we'll see y'all same time next week on The Gang. Whoa, day.
Happy birthday, Martin Luther King.
Feel free to back that ass up in our DMs on IG.
How do we not mention that the entire episode? We're trash.
Happy birthday. Happy
birthday, MLK.
And all of our black heroes.
His birthday today? That's because you gave Medgar Evers a 3.
Yeah. He's
MLK's a 5, though. MLK's a 5.
Clearly.
MLK's a, yep. MLK's